maybe her brother, or maybe not the black sheep of the family, maybe her brother is someone, or a family member of hers is someone, she told them what happened, and she never told them that her and the male main character, the billionaire, were falling in love. Hello, writers and authors. Hi, my name is Brianna Michelle. I'm a romance author and I'm also a writing mentor. Okay, I started the Author to Writer Starter Kit in, what was that, 2024. I created a Canva ready template for authors who want to post their graphics about their books but don't want to be like super intimidated. I'll put a link to that in the bio, not the bio, Jesus, inside of the description box. And also I do have a mentorship that I'm starting back up in September. So, more information about that will be coming soon. But we're going to start a new series over here. We are just going to call this, Girl, I Need Help Writing My Book. And, okay, Girl, I Need Help Writing My Book is going to be a series of writing tips, writing resources that I'm going to start over here on my channel, from marketing your book to writing your book to all of the things in between. And everything in between. Okay, so I don't want this video to be too long, but I do want to introduce a writing resource. So this is called Story Roulette. This deck of cards. Okay, this deck of cards have been created by author Aisha Bree, and Aisha Bree has been writing since I believe 2014. I think my girl's been writing for a long time, or maybe 2018, 2017. I don't know. She's been writing for a long time. Okay, and the girl has like, I think 30 plus books, 40 plus books. I don't know, but she has a lot of books, okay? And she has created this resource for authors because she wanted this to be a fun way to let your creativity grow when it comes to being an author, because at times we do get kind of stuck and stagnant. Or let me speak for myself. Sometimes I get stuck and stagnant and like, what should I write about? I don't know. And sometimes the hardest thing about writing a book is figuring out all of the details of what you want that book to be about, okay? So I have used this Story Roulette to actually craft my current rom-com that I'm working on, and if you have not seen videos about that, then go and watch one of my writing vlogs. So that is what this is about. I'm going to show you guys the cards and how it works and all of the things. So hold on. All right, we still good? Okay, so the cards are broken down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me make sure these are all of them. I think there's 6. Let me see. It's a really heavy deck of cards. It's actually really so cool. Like, my friends are they just be so smart, because they just be coming up with cool things that I probably would have never thought about coming up with. So I want to make sure these are all of the cards before I start lying to y'all and be like, this is everything, and it's not everything. Okay, so the first card is, this is the setting. This is where we're going, the vibe, which is the genre of the story. His era, which is the male's archetype. Now, if you write sapphic romance, or if you write MM romance, then you would just pick 2 male cards, or you would pick 2 female cards. Okay, just want to put that out there. Her era, which is the female main character's archetype. But wait, the plot twist, and then we have what happened, the actual plot. So we have what happened, the plot twist. But what happened is the plot, and what happened. Sorry, but wait, it's the plot twist. Okay, so just want to let you guys know that there's an actual plot and then a plot twist. So let me yeah, there we go. I want to show you guys how I like to do the cards and have done the cards in the past. It's just a very random pick of the cards. So to make sure. All right, we're going to throw this back in the stack. Throw that there. So those cards that I just put back were the ones that I used for, let me lower my chair. There we go. So I'm still in the frame. Were the ones that I used for my rom-com. So yeah. All right, we're gonna randomly, I'm gonna shuffle these joints real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to kind of get your brain. Ooh. All right, maybe I can't shuffle the cards. All right. Well, that deck a little too small. Some people just be like, you ever play cards and the people who just really just like a professional shuffler and they just make the bridge, never learned how to do that. Just never learned how to do that in all my years of playing cards. Okay. I should have probably put some lotion on my hand before I started this video. Hold on. I need some lotion. Because this ain't good. Here you go. This ain't good. The ashiness of the hands is not good. Alright. There we go. This is my XOXO body butter from the Hydrated Hottie. Okay, if you have not heard of the Hydrated Hottie, you need to. She has a website, black owned body care line. She has body oils. She has perfume. Not what is it called? Body dust, powder dust. The little dusting powder. There it is. It was going to come to me eventually. Dusting powder, and she has body oil. So yeah, I've been using the Hydrated Hottie for like a year now. The lady knows her stuff. Okay, let me get back to business. All right, so I'm not sure how many cards are in the entire deck. Oh, I lied. There's 125 cards, and there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, there are 6 decks, and there are 125 cards. Okay, I just want to make sure that they're actually like shuffled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a storyline based on the cards. I'm going to challenge myself to like 30 minutes to come up with like, not 30 minutes, Jesus, 30 seconds to come up with a little storyline for the cards. Okay, vibe, what happened, where are we going, his era, but wait, her era. Okay, so she is a nurse or a healer. He is the billionaire. The plot twist is a family feud complicates everything. Where are we going? To a small coastal town. That's the setting. The plot is blackmail turns to love, and the vibe is a billionaire romance. Okay, this is actually pretty great. Okay. So, let me think. Okay, so let's say the female main character. Let's say the male main character. Let's say, he's a billionaire, of course, because it says he's a billionaire. And let's say he owns a casino, right? He owns a casino, and his business partner, who, is his trusted advisor. Let's say it's a trusted advisor, somebody who has been, handling everything for him over the years. Because, billionaires, they're busy. They need people around them, loyal people that's going to do what they need to do for what they need to do it for. So, let's say the advisor, his advisor got him into like some stuff that he wasn't supposed to get into. Okay, doing some dark deals, some things underneath the table. And let's say the billionaire gets pumed, right? He's still alive. He just gets injured. So then here he goes to a secret hospital. That not a secret hospital but a private clinic, and let's say the nurse, the female main character, is somebody who's new there, and she doesn't know that like this family owns this private clinic. Okay, but she starts working there because for whatever reason she worked there, but she never really came across the female main character. Then we have she overhears them talking about what happened. So then the male main character blackmails her. Okay, he blackmails her because he's like, hey, you're not supposed to, share anything you heard. And she's like, oh, but like she's a nurse, but she also has a really good heart. And she's like, hey, but you're not supposed to be doing what you did, and blah blah blah. And let's say one of the under the table deals that his advisor got him into directly affected someone that she knows. Okay, or maybe affected her directly. So let's say he works for, I don't know, like a casino or whatever, and they want to build a new casino and like tear down the high-rise apartments that she lives in to build a new casino, and they got around, they went through some dark tunnels and dark channels to illegally make that happen, and she overhears that. So then he blackmails her, and he's like, I don't like that. We need to do something about that, whatever the case may be. This is, I forgot, it's supposed to take place in a small coastal town. A coastal town, maybe he want to build, maybe she figures all this out while they're on vacation. This is what happens when they're on vacation. She on vacation. Maybe he's on vacation at the hospital. Not at the hospital. Damn, this is a little harder than I thought. Maybe he's on vacation. Well, maybe all of this starts. Okay, here we go. Maybe the beginning of that story starts in the town that they live in. So she goes to run away and escape to the small coastal town. Okay, maybe she's on the run in the small coastal town, and he gives up on like trying to find her for whatever the time may be. He's like, okay, I'm gonna find her again or whatever. So he then goes to recover after getting shot because he needs to lay low at that same coastal town. Okay, there we go. And then this one is the plot twist. A family feud complicates everything. What can be the family feud that complicates everything? Maybe they end up, falling in love, whatever, because it's blackmail turned love. And then she come to find out that maybe she's the black sheep of the family, and maybe her brother, or maybe not the black sheep of the family, maybe her brother is someone, or a family member of hers is someone, she told them what happened, and she never told them that her and the male main character, the billionaire, were falling in love. So then they kind of, maybe her family owns the apartment complex. Like, they are the ones who own that. So maybe then she tells her brother or whatever what happens, and then when he moves to this, when he comes to this coastal town where it's where her family is from, she moves to the big city, to become a nurse, whatever. And they, the rest of her family lives in this coastal town. So once he escapes there after getting shot, the male main character, of course he finds her, he blackmails her not to tell anybody, whatever the case may be, but she told her brother, because her and her brother tell each other everything, or whatever. And she falls in love with this man, and then her brother does not like him because he refuses to stop, or he says it's too late to stop the deal from falling through that's going to disrupt her family business. So that's the family feud that complicates everything, because her brother threatens to tell the world and expose his secrets. So yeah, let me know if y'all like that. That was a little more complicated than I'm used to, because I've used these cards multiple times, and it usually takes a few seconds to do my due diligence, but it's still the morning time, a little rusty sometimes. Okay, we're gonna pick another thing of cards. I just want to show you guys how easy and effective it can be for you guys to buy these cards, because it's not even hard at all, right? Like, it's so easy. You can buy the cards. Either you can come up with a storyline for them if you want to, or you can use them as like a fun little game night with your friends. If you're a reader, it could be a nice little, just a nice little thing you do with, your girlfriends, or if you own a book club, y'all can do this. It can be like a timer or whatever, a game 2 against 2, or 1 against 1. And if you guys can come up with a good storyline, and the rest of the book club can vote like, hey, I like this, or they can be like, ooh, I don't like this. So, somebody can win a book or something. I don't know. Okay. Her era, she's a small business owner. He is the grumpy protector. The setting is, historical romance. Ooh. What happened is the legal agreement turns real. The genre is historical romance. The setting is a tropical island. And a plot twist, a long lost sibling appears. Wow. Okay, I do not read historical romance, so this is actually going to be kind of hard. Okay, so let's say the female main character, small business owner. Okay, let's say she owns let's say the story takes place in the let's say Bridgerton time, right? Bridgerton time. I don't know. Did they be going to tropical islands? You know what? We're gonna pick a different genre, because you can do that if you want to, because the cards are here. All right, second chance romance. There we go. Let's stop. Okay, couldn't do could not do the historical romance, y'all. The historical romance was gonna get me. Okay, so let's say the female main character owns let's say she owns a shoe store, right? Why not? She could be a shoe store owner. She owns a shoe store, and let's say her grumpy protector is her ex-boyfriend, right? Ex-boyfriend who appears back in their small let's say okay. The business owner, the protector, used to be someone who lived on this tropical island, right? They lived on the tropical island, and the business owner is someone who wants to. He owns the grumpy protector owns the business. He owns the island. Why not? He could be a businessman and a protector. Okay, and then the small business owner, she is opening up property. She wants to, open up her business on the island, and this says a legal arrangement turns real. Let's say that the long lost sibling, which is the plot twist, is the reason why they broke up. So let's say her sister, she'd be long lost sibling. A long lost sibling. A long lost sibling. Is it a sibling that you knew, or a sibling that you didn't know? Oh, I got an idea. What about, here we go. what about she had a twin, the female main character, right? The long lost sibling is her twin, but she didn't know she had a twin, right? So let's say her and her twin were living on this tropical island the whole time, but didn't really know about each other. Just always seemed to walk past each other, not know each other, whatever. So let's say the grumpy protector, he sees the twin when they were together. He saw the twin kissing somebody else. So he thought that his girlfriend was cheating on her, but that was actually her twin sister. This is very cliche movie stuff, but you know, you never know, books and movies. He thought that his girlfriend was cheating on her, but she actually wasn't, because that was his twin. So they broke up or whatever, and then the business owner leaves that little island. She comes back, and the legal agreement, he says like, hey, I'll give you the lease for this. I'll give you the lease for this this property. I'll let you have it if you marry me. You know, maybe that man, maybe he needs to get married for some reason. He might he might need to get married because maybe he has an inheritance that he can't fulfill, because he needs to get married to get all of his money. He wants his money. So that's how she finds out that she has a long lost sibling, because he never tells her that. Like, he confronts her about cheating, but she denies it, and he's like, okay, but you lying. So he's grumpy because she broke up with him. And let's say she has a crazy ex-boyfriend, which is the reason why she moves back to the town. She has to pick up her business and go somewhere else, so she comes back to the island where she's from, and there we go. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, I have had some ones that are a little easier, but I think the cool thing about these cards is that you can literally do what you want. You know, if you pick a card that you don't like, you can just put it back and get another one. But it kind of defeats the purpose of like the roulette, John. Like, you know, the whole roulette, the purpose of the cards, right? The purpose of the cards is for you to find ones that, you know, for it to challenge you and to push your creativity. That historical romance one, you know, I really got to read some more historical romance, because that one almost threw me in, you know, for a doozy. That one was a doozy. But yes, you guys, I'm gonna put the link to these cards inside of the description box. But again, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to continue the series of Girl, I Need Help. You know, because listen, girl, I need help. Sometimes we need help. And you know, yes, there are resources out there. I mean, there are people out there that can help you, that you can pay, and I am someone. But I also love to give people I love to give people free resources to do these things too, because you know, sometimes we don't have the finances to do the things, to pay for certain things and courses and mentorships and all of those things like that. So I'm glad that I had, you know, that I can provide, you know, just some cheaper or free options for you guys. So let me look up actually how much these cards cost. Let me see how much the cards cost so that I can tell you guys in the video. But when I tell you these cards are absolutely worth it, they're really, really worth it. Like, you will want to pay for these cards. You should want to pay for the cards, honestly. Let me see. I'm looking up. Okay, so the cards are $29.99, and they are on AishaBree.com. I will put her website inside the description box. But yeah, they're $29.99. So they are on sale right now. So I hope that, you know, that you guys can go and get them while they're on sale, you know, before the price go up, because today's price is not tomorrow's price. Anyway, let me know if you guys enjoyed this series of Girl, I Need Help, and have a great and amazing and beautiful day, and come back tomorrow for another video. Bye.